Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the channel. My name is Virtual Nunchucks, and today what I have for you, well, yes, it's Black Ops 4 on the screen. Why? Because it's PS Plus Title and 2. It's been 3 years, believe it or not, since I played this game. And I'm going to talk to you guys about something that I think is important. I think that you need perspective on. Um, because we hear all the time that there's a lot of cheaters in Warzone, there's a lot of cheaters in Call of Duty using modified controllers or Cronus Maxes or Cronus Zens or whatever. And if you'll remember, 3 years ago when this game came out, I actually reviewed and used the Cronus, not the Cronus Max, but the FPS Strike Pack, made by the same company as Cronus Max and all that stuff. And yes, there were mods that you could that were automatically loaded into the strike pack. If you wanted to use them, you could, but there were button presses you had to do in order to use them. I used it for the paddles only, but I also played around with the mods to see if they would help disabled gamers. And to be honest with you, when I would use them uh, in matches with my son or whatever, they would help me um, because I have reflex problems. I have fine motor skill problems. You know, the fine motions that you would do to aim. I have problems with that. Um, uh, but mostly reflexes and fine motor skills and things like that are a huge problem for me. So I made a video in defense of people who used the FPS Dominator Strike Pack and who used devices like the Cronus Max for Call of Duty or other first-person shooters, or even, in some cases, just games that they wanted to play, like NBA 2K or something like that. And I'm going to do it again. Um, I know that the Cronus Zen is a thing. You can pay a couple $100 and have access to different packs and macros and all kinds of stuff. Okay, I get that. And I also am very anti-cheat. Okay, for the record, I am very anti-cheat. I think if you cheat at a game of any kind, you should be banned or you should be punished in some way. Just like if somebody cheats at the Olympics, they don't get to participate. Okay. However, some people um, have more difficulties than I do. Play games with one hand, uh, with a controller. Use one hand to move, to push buttons, to whatever. And nowadays that's more and more difficult because there's more and more buttons on a controller. Um, and in those cases, you might say, well, virtual, you know, um, there's protected lobbies for that, you know. And yes, there are protected lobbies for that. Uh, Disability, but rather a physical one. I can tell you that sometimes we just want to play with other people, just like you want to play with whoever. We want to play with our friends. We want to get into a lobby and just have some, fun. Are the macros going to make them magic and be able to, win the lobbies every time? No. But they do allow them a certain amount of participation in the real world that is important to a disabled person. Why? Um, well, to be fair and to be honest, because we don't want to be treated like we're special. We want to be treated like everyone else. That's what we want. Can't tell you how many kids that I went to school with that had a physical disability that said, I just want to be like everyone else. I don't want to have this problem or that problem, or or I don't want to be made fun of. I don't want to be laughed at, and I don't want to be treated any differently than anyone else. And the Strike Pack allows for people to be able to do that. Like I said, I used them for just the paddles. I didn't have to use the mods. And people who use the majority, let me put it this way, the majority of people who use it to cheat are just that. They're cheaters. But there is a huge majority, and I know this because I'm part of the Cronus Max community, on their forums, things like that. And I watch the forums for people like myself to try to help them. The majority of the Cronus Max users are people who just want to play a game, who just want to be able to play a game, get a few kills, and feel like everyone else. They don't even really care about their KD. They don't care about how many lobbies they win. If they win, they just want to be treated like everyone else. And I keep seeing people complain about the Cronus Zens, rightly so, for the people who cheated, during the lobby. But there's another huge market that uses them, people who are at a severe disadvantage physically. Okay, and it just allows them to participate. It'd be like this. It'd be like if you go to Disney World or any theme park, okay, and I was in a wheelchair. Okay, yes, I can have people push me around and everything else, but what if everything was built on stairs and no ramps for me in a wheelchair? What does that do? That limits my participation in the theme park. Let's say I wanted to go on Space Mountain, but Space Mountain was built strictly with stairs. There were no ramps. I couldn't participate. What if the whole park was that way? I couldn't do anything except for maybe go to a show or go to dinner. What kind of fun is that? I can't participate with my friends and family. I can't participate because I am limited by the construction of the park. In Call of Duty, I am limited by how fast my reflexes are, or how many buttons I can press quickly, or my reflexes, which are slow. Think of it that way. I'm building ramps so that I can participate. I'm not going to win. I'm not going to be top of the leaderboard, but I can participate. I can get some kills. I can enjoy myself because I have something to help me do that. The majority of gamers who actually use these devices are not people who want to cheat. I reached out to Cronus Max, to Cronus, or the Creative Mind people who make the Cronus Max, and various other devices like the Strike Pack. And they said the majority of their customers have disabilities of one type or another. And the reason they created this was simply so that they could have a chance to participate. Now, you're always going to have those people that use it to aimbot and all that. But honestly, the Cronus Max and the Cronus Zen don't let you aimbot. They have aim assist, but they use the in-game aim assist at its strongest possible setting so that it's stickier. It doesn't auto-aim for the head. It doesn't auto-aim anywhere. You have to move the controller, and it just helps it stick to the player more. It doesn't even cheat for you. You have to aim it. Now, why do I bring this up? Because there's an article that was published, and I forget who published it, Kotaku or PC Gamer, I can't remember. But somebody published it in the last couple of days. I did share it on my Twitter account, where Activision got the permission or got a company shut down that makes macros and things like that and mods so that you can use things like aimbot and all that. They got it shut down. They put an injunction out, and because of the injunction, the guy said, well, I'm going to close down. That's fine. If people are using it to an unfair advantage, that's fine. They need to be caught. But these companies cannot be allowed to shut down. You cannot allow that to shut down, because then you are alienating a lot, millions upon millions upon millions of people who depend on devices such as Cronus Max, Cronus Zen, FPS Dominator, Strike Pack, anything like that. And you could say, well, it's not fair. Let him get a modded controller. Yes, you can get a modded controller. You can get a modded controller from all kinds of places. You can get them from Scuff. You can get them from AIM. You can get them from Evil. You can get them from, who knows where. Now there's a new one called Hex Gaming. It does the same thing. But the problem is that not everyone has the dexterity to press buttons, even if they are paddles, or even just little buttons off the side, like Battle Beaver makes. The Cronus Max, Cronus Zen, and to a certain extent, the Cronus or the FPS Strike Pack allows a person to just simply use a paddle if they need it, and in some cases mods where they can turn and fire. Okay. A lot of the Cronus Max and Cronus Zen and Cronus FPS Strike Pack, whatever, allow you to map every button on the controller to whatever button you need it to be. There's not a lot of controllers that will allow you to do that. The controller company that I'm talking to try to get a custom controller for me doesn't allow me to do that. It only allows me to map the 3 face buttons to a trigger or a paddle in the back. I know this sounds like a soapbox, and I know this sounds like I'm condoning cheating, and I know this sounds like I'm condoning companies taking advantage of other players. And I'm not. I'm not. I really am not. I just like everyone else, when I was growing up, I just wanted to be treated like everyone else. I wanted to be as normal as everyone else. And for a long time, coming up with an Atari and with a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo and Sega and whatever, I could do that. Okay, I could do that. But now, with the advent of first-person shooters, and such as Call of Duty, I can no longer do that. I can no longer do that. And I am forced now to look at custom controllers, because either there's too many buttons or my reflexes have slowed down because I've gotten older, and now in order to be treated like everyone else and to do what everyone else does, I have to get some kind of custom controller made. So the next time you're in a lobby where it seems like somebody might be using something, check their KD first. Because if it's like mine, let me see if I can show you. If it's like mine, I don't know if I can show it to you. Let's see. This is before Yeah, this is before I lost my paddles for my strike pack. Check their KD first, because what's going to happen is I played a lot of games, as you can see there, but my average life was 32 seconds. Okay. Highest kill streak, 8 ever. My EKIA, which is my kill to death ratio, is no, that can't be right. There it is. Yeah, kill to death ratio, 0.51. If it's 0.51 or 0.21, chances are that's a disabled person who doesn't really have a shot at doing anything without that. Now, if their KD's like, you know, ridiculously high and they're using one, go ahead and get them banned. I don't really care. But just consider you might possibly be playing with someone who just wants to be like everybody else. This is a longer video than I intended. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope this video finds you well, and I hope that I've given you something to think about. Let me know in the comment section below if you run across anybody with a strike pack or a Zen or a Max, Cronus Max. In the comment section below, let me know if you killed them, and let me know if they were any good. In the comment section below, and let me know if you've actually thought about this kind of concept before in the comment section below. Hope you guys have a great day. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you soon. Bye, guys.